What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? Happy Tuesday? Happy Tuesday, y'all. What's going on there, Osmo Noob? Exclamation giveaway in chat, y'all. We got a giveaway running here for the end of the year. Winners will be drawn on the 1st at midnight Pacific time, 11:59 p.m. to be more exact. So that'll be the evening of the 1st, not the morning of the 1st. But anyway, we're going to do some Goblin Mech smackdowns today. Going to farm up some bracers, and then hopefully get a nice weapon too. I'm doing good, man. Doing good. No complaints. A little day of defending dungeons, so tough to complain about that. So after seeing how well the magic missiles and the flame burst did yesterday, I think that needs to be the first candidate here today. So let's pop on in. I'm going to do it the same style. Going to do kind of some wonky builds today. So I'm going to do it solo first, just to proof the builds and make sure it works. And then we'll open it up and do a few runs in a group. So let's try this out. I think it's going to do really good. Now my question here is, if I build down here, will it hit enemies up there? That's my main concern, I think. I think the safest bet would be to build a string of stuff here as well. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. So let's start it off with good old Faithful and Snare and an Electric Aura. We'll give that Electric Aura a little love, and then we'll throw a Splody Boy on top of it here. Let's get some traps going. Where are you at, traps? Something like that. The holiday skins were part of the holiday DLC. Let's actually just do the same thing here on all the lanes. Not going to use any gas. Sinbad, what's up, man? How you doing? Happy mid-holidays to you as well. And let's see, it's going to leave us 58. So I do think we should do a little something up here. But I don't want to go too heavy up here, I don't think. Let me see, could we go... Let's see how much DU this ends up spending. If we went 2 flame bursts... And then say 3 magic missiles. And then we gave both of these their own buff beam. That way we get that juicy super clocking. And that leaves me 38. Shadow Shot, what's up, man? How you doing? Alright, so if we went 2 here, facing that way, and then 2 here facing this way, that would not leave me very many magic missiles, would it? Might be overkill up here. Let's go with just one of those there. Changing your Raider from Hollow Palm over to that Flicker. Nice. The more I look at those Flicker Strike builds, the more fun they look. So I've been debating on starting one myself. I actually wanted to try to repurpose that Berserker into something better. That Fire Cyclone build is not super strong. So I was thinking about trying to repurpose that to something a little bit better. Okay, now if we went 2 separate stacks, that would be 14 DU left, but I need 2 reflect beams. Actually going to need reflects up here too. It's not going to leave me a whole lot. Yeah, some items that'll make it super, super speedy. I really wanted to try one of those totem builds this league. That ice totem build looks crazy. I gotta find a good build for it. Okay, if we went like this... Oops, is that 2 DU? Yeah, it is. We went like that. I guess might as well just enclose these. Let's try something like this. So we're 1 flame burst, 3 magic missiles, 4 flame bursts, and 4 magic missiles in the middle with auras and some traps. Now, where do we want to throw all our juice at? I think the explosive traps, just to get a few more charges, would be ideal. And then some range on these magic missiles. Actually, we don't really need the range here. Oops. Just upgraded the reflect. Derp, derp, derp. Yeah, I think it does have totems in it too. I saw some videos of some guys. See, I'm at a point this league in Path of Exile where it's time to start thinking about Uber bosses. Like, I'm easy farming the Elder. I'm struggling on the Shaper, but I can beat the Shaper. And I've yet to do a Maven fight. But as easy as the Elder is for me, I'm wondering how an Uber Elder would be. Like, how big is the scaling difference between regular Elder and Uber Elder? Shoot, I didn't change the targeting. They're actually both on special, so I think they'll probably be okay. The Uber Elder... Oh, the Uber Elder is the Elder and the Shaper, huh? The benefit we got here is these flame bursts hit so hard, they're just going to slap anything. So any ogres that make it down the lane are just going to get insta-slapped. And I mean, they going to get slapped hard. These things hit like an absolute truck with those runes. I mean, look at these. Not even fully upgraded. 22 million DPS. And remember, it's doing double damage against rifted mobs, so that's actually 44 million. 8 million DPS should suffice. But it won't be easy. Thanks for following there, Femex. I've started multiple characters this league in PoE. I'm going, my main ended up turning into a Righteous Fire Juggernaut just because they're so chill. That one's level 96 now, I think, something like that. And then I originally started a Fire Cyclone Slayer, but the build is just not great. I went off of a build guide off of the YouTubes, and not a wonderful build guide. Oh, this is just wrecking, y'all. This is just wrecking. It's super fun. It's the first time I played RF build, and it's been very, very enjoyable. It's right up my alley. Not an absurd amount of buttons to spam. It's just been very, very enjoyable. I need to do a build that, I'd like to play around with the Sanctum mechanic a little, but like I've got all melee builds right now. It's not been a wonderful experience. All right. I think let's just dump down here. I think a really cool tower idea would be a 1DU platform that stacks up and you can build on top of it. I think that would be awesome. I mean, that's quite popular in other tower defense games. Maybe give it some sort of a buff, like a range buff or something like that, for using the platform. But yeah, I think that's an awesome idea. I just don't know which totem build to do if I did a totem build. And I want to do something that is a smooth, fast leveling experience. I haven't, it's been no secret with me and PoE that I can't stand going through that campaign over and over. The end of it's fun, because by then your build is kind of partially put together. And you can just run through like the last few acts. Now, of course, this would be the 4th alt this league. Or the 4th character, the 3rd alt. So if I did do another one, he's going to be pretty jacked right out of the gates. Delivered in presents. Going on there, Sins? How you doing? We're definitely slapping here. The Demon Lord, the Goblin Mech is going to get walloped. Had yourself some nice 11 p.m. dinner. Hey, it happens. I think we've all been there at some point. Ooh, I got an 8 out of 8 rune. Ooh, which one is it? I didn't see it on the ground, but I've only got it set to loot, auto loot 8 out of 8s. I'm giving it overdrive away on the first there, Halitosis. Along with a whole lot of other runes. One big old rune giveaway package. You think it's Eevee's clone rune? Well, we will find out. We will find out. And the magic missiles are damn near spawn camping by themselves. These guys are getting extra shots in. I think this was overkill up here. But they do have line of sight into the other lanes, so not really a huge issue. I didn't get a Godly Rune yesterday all day. I haven't gotten a Godly Rune in a while, actually, to be honest. It's been many, many days. Just spam the upgrades in here. We'll see how we do against Mr. Bossman. As long as I don't die, I think I'll be fine. I am a little squishy. These pets are not ideal. Oh, Jesus. Oh my God, look. What? This flame bursts are shredding. I've got the magic missiles set to special, and the flame bursts are actually set to strong. Wow. It was 2 flame burst towers doing all that. Holy crap. I'd say that one's juicy right there. Oh my God. Good stuff. Little fortify HP regen. That'd be good for a waller probably, but I end up usually sacrificing the fort and going with mana regen instead. And where is my shiny new gun? Where's it at? It's buried in this pile. Not a very good one. All right, so what was the 8 out of 8? Oh, shell-shocked. Shell-shocked isn't bad. Not complaining about that at all. All right, let's pop one out. We'll make it public. I'm very confident in this build. I think people are missing the boat a little on these flame bursts and magic missiles. The runes for them are incredible. That flame burst rune, 800% damage increase, but makes it single target. So, like, what I did was I changed the flame burst over to strong targeting. And then the magic missile rune, of course, gives you the bounce. Bounces 5 times and deals 80% extra damage. And I've got those. I think those are set to special. Yeah, those are set on special. The login rewards was that Santa hat. It was this little guy. Oh, wait a minute, where's it at? This one. Kringler's cap. And then, of course, you get the new pets just by playing and doing the new map. Oh, there is big-time diminishing returns in DDA, Johan. The entire game is based off of it. The more stat you put... It's a game about stats, right? The higher stats win the game. The more stats you put into something, the less value you get out of it. Range is, like, the craziest example. The difference on aura range, like, say a 8K range aura will go to, like, right there at that edge, like right at the edge of the thing. And then if you put 12K into it, 4,000 extra, it's only going to be till, like, right there. No, the map is a permanent addition. All right, let's do it, y'all. I think this is going to just wreck. Public, Lightning King bonus difficulty. Oh, it's not even a meter. We checked it. I think it was like 8K to 12K. I checked it with Aramir, and it wasn't even a meter. It's just such the most trivial difference. Now, it is more, you know, and more is good. But, you know, like if you're going to sweat, like say you're at 13,000 power and you really want to sweat it out and get to 14,000 power, the amount of additional damage you get is like nothing. So you're doing it just for the sake of min-maxing and grinding, you know? Which, I mean, that's fair. That's what we do, right? It's a Dungeon Defenders game. That's what we do. So let me move this over here. Oh, it's always being triggered. What's going on there, Exostomp? How you doing? For armor and weapons, well, I mean, everything is about the stats. I don't know what you mean by is there diminishing returns on armor and weapons. Diminishing returns would refer to the more of a number you put in, you get less value for it. That's what diminishing returns is, you know? So we went 1 and then 3. Put them like this so they're a little easier to stack. Oops. That was 4 DU. We'll give him a fancy little box. And then what? We put the flame bursts here. And here. And then we put the magic missiles. And that is perfect. We use 12 DU on buff beams and have 2 DU left over for reflex. I think in a group, all we have to do is just make sure those explosive traps don't go down. So either repair them or upgrade them. I'll dump a few upgrades on them to give them a few more charges. Diminishing returns won't change with the new difficulty. I mean, everything is based off of DD1. It's just like DD1 as far as how the diminishing returns work with the stat gains. All right. But yeah, they definitely won't change how that works. That, and it's not even a new difficulty. It's a new bonus difficulty, but it's not a new overall difficulty. So it will be harder, but it's not going to be like getting super duper juicy mode as a game mode above Massacre, you know? It's not like that sort of difficulty increase. It's just nice to use some of these defenses that we don't see very often. That and magic missiles and flame bursts are both quite cool. You know, they light the sky up for you all nice. You can. You just have to have a build that doesn't rely on portal popping. no. What happened there? Had to have been an ogre from up there. That was a kobold. Best place to stand? Nowhere near the core or defenses. Alright, well that was unfortunate. We got slapped a bit. Man, allergies are going crazy today. We actually got mad rain. Oh, I wanted to mention that too. We got a really crazy high wind warnings coming in this afternoon. So if something happens today and the stream just randomly dies out of nowhere, my power went out. Or my connection died. Now, I don't want to jinx it. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but we're supposed to get like dangerous winds today. Dangerous enough that the wife is freaking out about the chicken coop. You can stand in the middle, but if you stand in the middle, don't stand on the tower, stand on the ground. If you stand on the towers, then you're going to attract aggro from like an ogre from up there. Exactly like I just did. I caused that little mess that just happened. Because I came over here to upgrade and I was standing up here on this tower. So if you stand on the ground, you're going to have protection from the reflect beam on this way, and then you just got protection from the walls here, as they're not going to throw at you. Or if they do throw at you, it's going to hit the lip and blow up. Oh, did the stream freeze up? Well, hopefully it's back up for you. Get some repairs on these traps. Always sunny when you get power cuts. Things have been pretty consistent here since I moved. April will be 2 years that we've lived over here by Spokane, Washington. And, it's been pretty good. You tried to build with lower stats and it works very well. Nice. Well, they've already got a rune. We'll just have to see if there's a new rune, you know. That and, you know, as far as getting additional runes, you know, Phil, of course, sees all the info dumps and sees what towers are being used, what's not. If nobody's using archers, he's not going to put a whole lot of development time into picking another rune for him. I mean, it'll get more runes eventually, but it does have a rune now. It just doesn't have a DPS rune. DD2, start with whoever you want. The game suffers from ridiculous power creep like you would not believe, so the entirety of the game is pretty trivial now. Use whoever looks fun. It's a game about shards. What heroes you have don't really matter. As long as you have the right shards, you're going to win. To an extent, but with a one-person development team, he's going to be focused more on things that people like. And like I said, considering it's already got a rune, I mean, mushrooms don't have a rune. You know, so mushrooms need to get a rune before archers get a second rune. You know? Well, I mean, he gets help from people. But as far as the design process and everything, he's a one-man team, yeah. As far as I know, anyway. Yeah, that's what I was saying. The towers that don't have a rune will get one before anything gets a second rune. That and the archer rune is actually really good. It's just people aren't using them. People don't use walls. If you're not using walls, then, you know, you're not going to use the archer rune. All of the blockade runes are incredibly powerful. Yeah, I don't understand why they... Well, I tell you what probably happened is that rune is quite powerful. So what probably happened is in testing, they thought that the archers were too strong. And that's why they did the negative health. But yeah, that one, you know, you kind of lose the encouragement to use them as walls when they get that big health reduction. And the problem there, too, even in their current state, the archer walls are not bad. It's just the spike blockade rune, the apprentice's wall, those runes are absolutely incredible. You know, so even though the archers are not too bad, there's just way, way better wall builds that are cheaper. You know, because if you use archers, you can't just slap one archer there. You know, it's not going to block the lane. So you need multiple archers, then you need to give them a buff beam, then you need to give them a strength drain aura. Ideally, you give them an ensnare aura and an explosive trap. And it just turns... Ooh, it turns into a huge DU investment for something that you could do with a 1 DU tower, you know? That's the trouble. God dang it, I didn't see it long enough to... I'll just loot that. Boo. What's going on there, Relic? How you doing? Alright, we took a little damage again there. All of these did. I'm assuming it was some sort of an explosion, because they all took damage. Oh, I hear you there. I hear you there, Relic. Coffee makes the world go round. It was probably a siren, actually. Now that I think about it. A siren probably targeted somebody and it blew it up. Because if it was a kobold, it would have destroyed stuff. That's why the coffee doesn't spill. That's fair. That's fair. Alright, so let's do it a little different since we got those explosions. We don't want that. So why don't we go... We'll still go the 1 here. But then let's go 2... We'll only go 2 magic missiles up here, and then 1 buff beam. And that should free up a little DU. And then we'll use a 3 DU setup instead of a 4 DU setup, which will free up even more DU. I think that's the plan here. Let's go like that instead. That frees up, what, 4 DU? 3, 4, 5, 6. It should free up 6 DU. If we need those fused reflect walls. Maybe that was the problem, or Archangel. We didn't have Archangel approved fused reflect beams in. Let's see, that's going to leave me a pretty healthy amount of DU here for better reflecting. That'll deal with the Kobolds anyway. Now the Sirens, of course, if somebody's standing there, the Sirens are still going to cast on people if they're not dying. So if we went 1 here, 3 there, and 1 there, it actually gives us 3 more DU left. What do we do with the 3? The answer to what you do with 3 DU is and will always be Spider. See, can I get him in the middle? That would be cool, but it doesn't look like it's going to work there. Let's see. Hopefully that is not going to collide. Spider for the win. What's the best way to level as a new player? Just play through the game. Gray Zone. Survival modes, basically, is the best way to level. So, like, once you get to level 70, you need to, you can do Nightmare mode. You got to get to level 83 to unlock Massacre. Don't bother grinding past the unlock points. Your gains and power will be so much greater just from getting the next tier's gear. So, like, right as soon as you hit 70, you go to Nightmare mode. Well, after you finish the Nightmare campaign and, like, get 1 survival done, you'll be like 73. So just do either a couple more survival runs or, like, some wave 20 starts to get to 83, and then go right to Massacre mode. So you don't really have to grind levels at all in DD. I mean, you do to hit those milestones. Like unlocking Massacre. Unlocking Nightmare is kind of a joke. It only takes 1 run. You do 1 survival run, you'll be level 70. But unlocking Massacre will take a little bit of a grind. But you don't have to, like... don't feel like you need to level up to progress past the unlock points. Obviously you got to get the unlocks done, but... Yeah, the spider's supposed to be off the beam. I didn't want to take away from the glory of the magic missile. Godly armor will drop in Massacre Survival and up, but it's same thing there. Don't sweat the levels, don't sweat the godly gear, because like a transcendent piece with the right stats is 10 times better than a godly piece with the wrong stats, So it doesn't matter if it's godly. There's a big range of what godly gear is. I mean, the ground here is covered in godly gear. And it's all junk, you know? Even as a brand new player, it would all be junk. There, you know, there might be 1 or 2 usable pieces in that pile over there. It's just, that's the grind. Getting the gear is the easy part. It's getting the gear with good rolls with the stats you want. That's the difficult part. The gear is pretty much automatic. Yep, godly gear isn't godly if the stats are poo. That is for sure. Yeah, the problem with those old sets is they only have 1 passive on them. All of the... Let me see if I've got the image. Yeah, there it is. Just screenshot that image there, Ronan. If you're in my Discord server, it's actually pinned up top. That's where all the gear drops. It's a guaranteed drop from the victory chest on survival. Now, you'll get random drops on the ground as well, but that's where the guaranteed pieces are. So that is how you want to put your sets together. Man, I just ran face first right into that one, huh? Well, they all have builder stats. That's all they have is builder stats. But you want to have power, range, and rate. If it's a defense that does damage, you want to have power, range, and rate. If it's a defense that does damage and has charges, then you want to have fort power, range, and rate. And then you want to have power and percent damage, or power and rate, or percent damage and rate as the passives on the gear. So, yeah, I mean, everything has builder stats, every armor piece. There's none that don't. Yeah, fort power range. Crappy piece, crappy passives. What's that one? Fort power rate. So we're missing range, and the passives are off. You know, we've got power as a passive, but range is not an ideal passive in most cases. So that piece would be junk. You know, come over here and look at this one, okay? Now this one's the closest one. It's got fort power, range, and rate, and it's got percent defense damage, but then it's got range on it. So that one would be junk. Or not junk, it would be usable for a beginner, but not something you would want to keep for long. You'd want to be replacing that. This one here, fort, range, and rate. It's missing power. Instant trash. That one there, that's not armor. Fort power rate. It's missing range. Instant trash. I mean, if it's a super high roll, or if you just don't have anything better, then obviously you would use it. But, you know, long term, you'd want to find better quality pieces than that. Fort power range. It's missing rate. Right in the trash can. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So it's not about being godly. Godly is just the tier of gear. It doesn't represent the quality by any means. Everything would be an upgrade for you. That's fair. I mean, everybody starts somewhere, you know? We all started at the beginning. So, you know, you'll quickly get past the point. You know, like when you first break into a tier... Uh-oh. When you first break into a tier, you're going to see that stuff and go, oh, man, look at that. But it won't be very long before you'll be looking at that stuff saying, ah, I wish it had this, you know? you do get that loot rush when you first break into Nightmare, or when you first break into Massacre or whatever, where the loot is just so much better than what you've already got. So then you end up settling with a bunch of pieces. Yeah, there's one. Fort range and rate didn't have power. Yeah, you definitely don't want to collect everything. That's the biggest thing. If you're a brand new player, you need to set your loot filter. Since I'm dead, I'll look at it real quick. Set your loot filters. Auto loot filters right here. Go through and set them up. And don't spend all day running around looking at the stuff on the ground. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was looting everything at first. I mean, that's how it works. You start off looting everything, and then as you find out what you want, you fine-tune, you know? You fine-tune what you want to use. Thanks for following there, Performant. Appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Exclamation giveaway in chat, y'all, for those just joining. We got a big holiday going on. And for those that watch the YouTube videos, there's a ridiculously large rune giveaway going on over on YouTube. Get wrecked. Weird, that explosion went off right at the end. It must have been a kobold that was in the air. Thanks for following there, Tamirian. Appreciate it. Oh, that gun is no good. Of course, how you avoid those things is you don't go near your towers. If you don't go near your towers, the ogres are going to throw kobolds at you, not at the towers. Oh, you think that was boss rockets? Same thing there. The boss isn't going to shoot rockets at the towers. It's going to shoot rockets at the players. So if you're standing here, you're risking it being blown up. You know? All right, let's do it again. One more for good measure. Get rid of some of this junk. I'm looking for... I've got one already, but I'll show you what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a higher rolled version of that right there. Protean Cannon Mark II. All 3 stats. The chance to boost damage would be nice. But yeah, I'm looking for that. But 345 upgrades is just not going to get it for me. And then you see like this one I've got, but it's missing ability. That one's missing ability. But plus this map guarantees a bracer drop. So, you know, I'm pretty fine-tuned on my bracers now. So it's very specific what I'm looking for. And for bracers now, I'm just looking for power and rate. So the passives on them would have to be power rate for me to keep them. You have to watch Chromatic's streams on Fridays and when I'm there. The pizza wings, the golden corgis, all that stuff all comes from Chromatic's Friday streams. plan a little better for that spider this time. The rigged Friday streams? Well, I mean, all giveaways are rigged if you don't win, right? Anytime they say the winner is anyone but the name Juice Bags, it's rigged. That's just how it is. Oh, I didn't put the top up yet, huh? Let me get the top up here. Blacklisted? That's unfortunate. It wouldn't surprise me if they blacklisted me. I could tell you that out of all of the chromatic giveaway things over the last 10 years, I've missed 2 Friday streams in 10 years. I've missed 2 in 10 years. And I still haven't won all the things yet. One of them, I was on vacation in Mexico. And then another one, I was really sick and ended up falling asleep in bed. Nah, I got the flame burst set up to crossfire for spiders that drop in the middle. So these flame bursts are shooting that way. These flame bursts are shooting that way. Are you talking about the one up here? Oh yeah, that one I do have put the wrong way. Good call, good call. There we go. They give away a ton of that stuff. I mean, they only stream for an hour and they do like between 3 and 5 giveaways every week. So, and there's not very many people watching, so your odds of winning are always quite good. It's funny, 2 of the giveaways I won back in the day. This is like, I don't know, 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago. I won 2 giveaways, and they were back-to-back weeks. Oh man, people were all screaming rigged. And it's like, look, I've been here for 500 streams. You've been here for 2, and you're crying because I won and you didn't win? I don't want to hear it. Yeah, this holiday event is a official chromatic event. They gave me all those giveaway codes and stuff to give away. So I am on the stream, on the Steam page. What up, Steam? Game on sale. Buy it now. I do not get a cut, but buy it anyway. Thanks for following there, AMG. Kind of. That's a double-edged sword there, Hal. The thing that is rewarding, where I can keep making Dungeon Defenders related content, is also the thing that holds me back the most. Because it's just such a small genre, you know? I still haven't changed my transmog on this one. I gotta lighten this up so it matches the snowflakes and stuff a little better. Right, looks like we are all jacked over here already, huh? Yep, looks like we're all repaired up. Nice, nice. I mean, it's a fun game, and I mean that's why I keep playing it. I just enjoy the whole theme. I like action defense games. Uh-oh. Connection getting a little froggy here for a minute, y'all. Hopefully it recovers right back up. My bit rate just dropped down to about 25% of what it was. And I'm dropping frames like crazy. There hasn't been new content in DD2 in ages. I don't know what new content you would be referring to. My stream bitrate just dropped through the floor, y'all. Something's up with my internet connection. It's not even, the storm didn't even start yet. I might have to stop and restart the stream here real quick. And maybe reset my modem even. Yeah, because it's not recovering at all. All they did was add in microtransactions, Jeffrey. They didn't put anything new in. Don't get too carried away, man. Yeah, my connection is taking a shit. If we even make it through this, I think I might have to restart everything. The stream's gonna buffer like crazy. Well, I mean, celebrate after it arrives. Don't celebrate because it was promised. It was promised a year ago. You gotta hold them accountable there, Jeffrey. Don't just throw money at the game and say, yay, everything is wonderful, because it's not. Hold all game developers accountable. If something was promised years ago and it's still not here yet, that's a problem. That's not a good thing that it's coming. It's a problem that it's not here. You know what I'm saying? Hold them accountable, man. Hold them accountable. Yeah, my stream is just not recovering at all. After this map, I'm going to have to restart. I'll probably restart my router and restart my computer. And we'll fire it back up and get going here. I've dropped 5,000 frames in like the last minute and a half. Alright, Rage, take it easy. Have a wonderful night. Sorry to make you all suffer through the lag fest and frame fest here. But I don't want to dump the map on these guys when we're in wave 25. But definitely having some connection issues. All right, are we back? Looks like we're good. So that wasn't too bad. It actually restarted really, really fast. I didn't even restart my computer. I just restarted the modem and router. See, I lost YouTube chat though. Can somebody say something in YouTube chat for me? That way I know it's there. There we go. Thanks, Naga. Yep, looking good, looking good. All right. Sometimes yelling at it works too. Well, I can tell you, yelling at it never works for me. But I do yell at it. You got a godly shell shocked from the last wave? Nice. Archangel, nice. All right. What did I even get? Crappy bracers. And a boo-boo pet. All right. So what are we going to try next, y'all? We're farming Throne Room today, Buckslayer. It's a serious grind game, and we are putting in the grind. That's what It's Goblin Mech Day means in the title. Today's Throne Room, tomorrow is the Summit. Yesterday was Alk Labs. So, you gotta put the grind in if you want to get the loot. Heat cannons? Heat cannons are meta, though. I want to do off-meta stuff. We've done heat cannons a ton on that map already, in previous weeks. I want to do stuff that people aren't using. So that was magic missiles and flame burst. Bowling balls are great for the middle, I think, on this map. But I think they might suffer elsewhere. Well, I mean, sludge launchers are the most, one of the most broken things in the game. It's so powerful. Things that people don't use. It's public game, so when I queue one up public after I test a build, then you'll be able to just join it just like you would any other public game. Let's see. Do we want to try bowling balls and poons, maybe? Pepper barking at me. Well, I mean, the poons would be there to back the bowling balls up. Mushroom launchers are definitely going to have to be on the list. Enraged RS2 are like one of the most broken things in the game. Yeah, you know, we haven't done spinny boys. I would rather do spinny boys than bowling balls, to be honest. We'll try bowling balls later. Let's try some spinny boys first. All right. So same thing as before. Let me try to run it and just see if the build will hold solo. And then if it'll hold solo, I'll open it up to a group. All right. How far up in here can we get it? Now, the problem we're going to have is Jin, of course. Jin wanting to do their little vacuum cleaner thing. Have to put this farther up. Oh, we're not going to have enough DU. Yeah, this is way too much. We'll get rid of that. And that. Only 100 DU on this map, and this is an expensive build. So we don't need that buff beam over here either. I think the chances are slim for this one to work, y'all. If there was just a little bit more DU, I think we could do a real mean setup. But we gotta have something for killing the Djinn. And harpoons are a great choice, but... let me make sure they're set on special enemy targeting. They are. Djinn are at the top of the list for special enemies. Actually, this might be alright. Let's see. The buff beam on the slice and dice is what makes it glorious. I'm not going to not buff beam the slice and dice. I won't use them before I use them without buff beams. They're not, I mean, they're good, but they're not glorious without buff beams. In my opinion, anyway. Alright, we shouldn't have to worry about ogres throwing down below, but we will have to worry about them throwing here. Let's see. I'm worried most about this side. This side over these lanes I can watch. Oh, if they can't burn an ogre, I'm not interested. Shit, my connection dropped again. What the hell, man? It's got to be something from my ISP. Let me see if it goes back up. I'm at 3,500 kbps right now. And I need 12,000 to do what I'm doing right now. God dang it, man. Come on, connection. It's like pretending like it wants to recover, but it's just not. Well, my connection isn't measured in kbps, but your stream upload bitrate is. Sending 6,000 to Twitch and 6,000 to YouTube. Shit, man, this sucks. I was ready to go too, y'all. I'll give it just a minute here and see what happens, but I mean, you guys see it. It's a stutter fest, I would imagine. That really stinks. I was super ready to grind it out here today. Streaming on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Twitter, Steam. I mean, I've dropped 5,300 frames in 10 minutes. So it can't look that good, Meg. All right, let's see. Yeah, see, it's... Sadly, I'm screwed here. It's all the way down to 1,500 now. So, I'm going to try, I guess I'll try some more restarts and try to get this going. But as it stands right now, It looks like that is going to get it for me for today, unfortunately. I'm going to try restarting everything and restarting my computer, restarting the modem and everything over again, and give it another shot. But sadly, y'all, connection, we're all at the mercy of our connection, and mine is telling me no today. It's weird too. We got these major storms coming in, but the storms aren't here yet. It's like the local infrastructure bailed prior to the storm getting here. But anyway, give me just a bit. I'll try to get back up and running here within the next 20, 30 minutes or so. I'll post it up on Twitter and on my YouTube community page if I can't get going again. But going to see what I can do here. So I will be back in a bit, y'all.